everybody, this is Adrienne with Ascension Soul Coaching. So today is March the 18th, 2022. So today we're going to read about what's going on with the war in Russia, and how it's affecting people all over the world. The angst, the anxiety, the depression, what's going to happen, is it going to come here? We're going to talk about that today, and we're going to give you a little relief and then, a little bit of things to think about. So on your side, so let's get this reading started, y'all. Okay, we're going to start with the Illuminati cards. Okay, so we have more. I want to take them all out because there's so many variations that can happen. So we want to make sure we get it covered. And I'm going to throw out 4 cards. Let's do 3 cards from the decks. A good reading of what's going on in the world today regarding the war, price increases, supply chain disruptions. So we're just gonna spread the cards out because there's so many you can't shuffle them, so I don't try to shuffle. There's no point. Okay. But what I am going to do is I'm going to split it 3 piles. And what ends up on top is what we're going to use to answer the question about what's going on with the war and the price increases. What is the ultimate result of what's happening? The intent and the result of what's happening. So here are the cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and we're going to take these cards and put them to the side. Okay, we got AMA, and I'm going to read it to you. The readings on these cards are really for game cards, so we're just getting the essence out of it. So it says AMA, so it's going to give aid if it's a direct attack on any science group, and a bonus when it uses its power to aid any science group against an attempt to control it, that's to destroy. So then we have the next one is the goal, Hand of Madness. The goal is the Hand of Madness. See how it's controlling the world. Destroy peaceful groups and control violent groups in the following combinations. So it gives you like points. Destroy peaceful groups and control violent groups. So if you destroy a peaceful group, you get points. And if you control a violent group, you get points. It just wants, okay, I know what that is. I already got that. Nobel Peace Prize is the other one. Looks like Medea. This card may be played at any time and counts as the action for the group it affects. The increased power takes effect immediately. The power for one peaceful group is increased to 6. Link this card to your chosen peaceful group. No player may have more than one peaceful group. Okay. All right. When we look at the game, when we look at the AMA card, we just went through COVID, where it just killed all these people, got people sick. It kind of destroyed a lot of people financially, mentally, and psychologically. And you all know that. Businesses went under. So this is what kicked off this war. It started with the war against COVID. The intent was to control the world. So they picked peaceful people and made them seem violent, and they made violent people seem peaceful. I hope you can see this. There we go. So when I say that, like Black Lives Matter, they made, look at blood on their hands. They want to destroy the world as it is today. They want the groups, the society, to have that against each other. They're making the good guys look like bad guys and the bad guys look like good guys. So they're confusing everybody. Who is the real enemy? While they're getting away with murder, the ones that are in control. Just anarchy all over the world. And at the end of the day, they want to appear to be the peaceful ones. Like, we're trying to create peace, and they're not. And I look at this face of this person, motherly and nurturing like a grandma. But really, grandma is the one that we think of, the grandmas. I'm not talking about your physical grandma. The ones that are pretending to be peaceful and I would never do that are the ones we need to look out for, because they're the ones that's looking for the prize. They're the ones that's looking to win in all of this chaos. Causing the chaos and pretend they're the peaceful ones. Okay, so as ordinary people, citizens of the world, what should we be doing now while this is going on? And so I'm going to use the Everyday Enchantment Tarot. And what we're going to do, these cards are pretty big. Oh, I have so many cards. I love it. Now, as ordinary citizens, I want to know two things. How is this going to impact us, this war, these food supply issues, the gas prices, the viruses that's being put out there, I should say, in my opinion. One, how is it going to impact us by the end of this year, 2022? And what can we do to make everything better for ourselves as citizens? And I'm going to do the 3-card deck and pull the 2 cards out of it. Okay. All right. So we're going to cut the deck. I like to get a good shuffle. I don't want to know what the first card is. So this is card 1. How is it going to impact us? And card 2, what can we do to make it better for ourselves? This card right here. Those are cards we're going to choose. Okay, so with the 6 of Blades and this card deck, it's like the 6 of, the blades are like the swords. So it's saying, the 6 of Swords, it's about moving on. Like in the original tarot, right away, it's someone in a boat moving forward from one place to the other. So this is about a lot of regret, moving on. So this is how it's going to affect the citizens of the world. We're going to have to move on. There's going to be a lot of regret and grief for the next few months by the end of this year, where there's countries going to be at war, but there's going to be peace in the end. We got to go towards the peace, towards the sun. See the sun there. We're leaving the cold, wintry days and of war and all the upsets, and we're trying to move forward together as 3 of us, right? Together to another place. But it's going to be a lot of things left behind, a lot of people with a lot of grief and a lot of upset, a lot of hurt. That's what is going to happen between now and the end of the year. But we're going to try to get up and move out of that. That's what the citizens are going to do. And how that's how it's going to impact us. And then what do we need to do? So we got the Hierophant. The Hierophant is about structure. It's about religion. It's about teaching. It's about, here's the students of the world, right? This is like Dick Cheney. Oh, no, I can't. Okay, am I going to say the Vice President of the U.S., Dick Cheney, looks a lot like him. If you remember 9/11, if you remember that time of the war, we were fighting against Iraq, when we started the first war against Iraq. So it's about teaching. They're teaching our kids this stuff. So this card was reversed. So we've got to stop letting these people in charge teach our kids the way they want to teach them about war and about peace and about manipulation, about just giving your mind over to people who use the media and the government to control people. So it's reversed because it's saying we as people need to teach our kids the way we want them to be taught, teach them the truth, ask and inquire and pray for the truth to be revealed, and teach our own children, right, what's right and what's wrong, and not let other people guide us into wars and into the destruction that we're into now. We've given all this power over to these governments, and what have it gotten us but more wars, more in some countries famine, definitely losing jobs, losing our lives because they want to play around with vaccines and viruses in hopes of creating some new monstrosity. And even with our food, they're creating new foods. This I call Frankenstein food because they want us to be more plant-based. The problem is, it looks like the plant-based food they're using is modified. It's not like it's grown out of the ground and it's stuff from God. They want to modify it because they're still talking about sustainability. And so how do you make food more sustainable? You have better crops that don't get destroyed by pests or by droughts or whatever. You beef it up and you modify it so it can withstand those things. But what does it do to our bodies? So it's saying we need to take control of our children, our future, the rules and the laws, get more involved in politics in a way that's best for society. Look at this little thing here. It's a little to me, it's like a little gremlin right there. So you can see that. Let's get this in view. There we go. Right here. That's sitting there listening to this guy. And look at what he's pointing up to. More green world. This is what they're telling everybody. The kids are trying to teach the kids that we're doing this because we want a greener, safer, more cleaner climate. And so we can reduce climate control, but that's not. It's a gremlin. There's a little devil there. It's like, no, that's not what you're doing. And all the books and everything that's going to be rewritten to teach the kids what they want them to hear and to know. And we need to take control of that and understand what's the agenda. So the outcome is there's going to be a lot of pain. And I want to read one more card. And it's from a new deck I've got. It's called the Deep Place Oracle. Okay. What is the outcome of this world for the citizens in 2025? Because 2025 is a big milestone for the Great Reset, Agenda 2030, because the 2030 is the real, they want everything to be in place, but 2025 is going to be a huge change for the world and for the citizens of the world. So we want to know, what is the outcome if we stand up and try to make a change? And what's the outcome if we don't do anything but continue to follow their lead and let them lead us down the path that we're going currently? So we're just going to pull 2 cards. And I'm going to put, if we do nothing and if we do something. Take back power of this world. Okay, so. And I'm going to let these 2 cards fall out. This one, if we do nothing. Okay. Got the 2 cards. So if we do nothing, this is the card. It's lineage. Lineage. If we do nothing, it's very similar to this card here. Look at that. Right? Walking away, there's grief, going to someone else with following the birds towards the sun for a new beginning. But you have to leave behind all this, behind the grief that you're going to go through. And it's going to affect the lineage, our descendants from us. If we sit and do nothing, it's going to affect all the people, all of our family that comes after us, our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren. Okay? And then the other card, if we do something, if we stand up and we protect our children, we protect the narrative, and we protect the world the way we want it to be, you have horizon. We may not know what's in the future, but we need to do something to create the future that we want. We don't want to pass on death and regret and grief to our descendants. We have to take a stand. That's what these cards are saying, because right now there's an agenda. Vaccines, control, and the illusion of peace. Okay, people, that is the reading for the day. I do hope you all enjoyed the reading. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you want a reading with me, Ascension Soul Coaching at gmail.com. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If anything I can do to help you, let me know. I want you to know that you need to have faith in the future. We need to take a stand to make a change. And we have to believe that if we do something good to protect our descendants, our children, our legacies, it's going to make the world a better place. But if we do nothing, we're just passing on more grief unto the next generation and the next generation and the next generation. So that's my reading for today. Y'all have a great night. I'll talk to you again. Blessings.